We begin in Iran's capital, Tehran, with Al Jazeera's Mohammad Vall. Mohammad, what's the IRGC saying on its operations in Hormuz?
Well, Adrian, in their latest statements, they are saying that the time of retaliations is over and now it's full-out war, because this is a stage at which the country has realized that its existence is at stake and that there is no time anymore or occasion for talking about tit-for-tat operations. This is a time when Iran has to use every means it has to defend itself. So, I mean, the most outstanding thing there also in their statements today is that the Strait of Hormuz is now a no-go area and that no liter of oil will pass there without the permission of Iran. Talking about those 3 ships that have been hit, the IRGC said that they are under different flags, but they work for the United States and Israel. They are related to those 2 countries that are waging an aggression on Iran. IRGC talking also about a new wave of strikes against the region, against targets in the region, including in Israel. In their 31st statement, Operation True Promise 4, the Public Relations Office of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard says 2 simultaneous and heavy missile strikes on the Al-Adiri helicopter base left a large number of American soldiers decimated and more than 100 wounded were transferred to the Al-Jaber and Al-Mubarak hospitals in Kuwait. So some specifics there about the number of casualties among American troops in a base in Kuwait. Also talked about hitting at targets of security-related targets inside Israel.
All right, Mohammad, stay with us. Let's bring in Al Jazeera's Dmitry Medvedenko, who's live for us now in Doha. What more do we know, Dmitry, about those Iranian attacks on the Strait of Hormuz?
Well, what we know is that in the past 24 hours, 3 ships have been hit. Now, specifically, let's talk about one of them, and that is the Thai-flagged Mayuree Naree. It's a cargo ship. All 3 are cargo ship. But what's special about this one, Adrian, is that it was not anchored. It was not stationary. It was moving. It was attempting to pass through the Strait of Hormuz at around 3 a.m. local time. So, as you said, Iran's attacks across the Strait of Hormuz, this is 14 ships altogether now, have effectively stopped traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, but not completely. So this ship was trying to cross the Strait of Hormuz, and it was hit by 2 projectiles hitting the engine room. 23 crew were on board. It called for help, and the Oman's Coast Guard helped save 20 of them, and 3 are still listed as missing, who are believed to be trapped in the engine room of the vessel. The 2 other ships one was flying a Japanese flag, and the other one a Marshall Islands flag. These were stationed in different parts of the Strait of Hormuz. They were anchored, and they got hit as also by 1 projectile each, and at the same time that no casualties or damage was reported.
Let's go back to Mohammad in Tehran. As we saw from Tawhid's report, there were funerals today for the leadership killed 12 days ago. The Iranian High Command clearly still holding out, Mohammad.
Obviously, that's the case, Adrian. And what happened today, the ceremony of those funerals, is a message of defiance and a message of Iran's unity, and Iran is still standing on its feet. We have seen, I mean, the estimates are from a few 100,000 to a few million, and nobody knows the exact number, but it is a huge amount of people. And the fact that they are in the public square when bombs were falling right and left is exactly the gesture that Iranians wanted to do today, to send to the world that no matter what and no matter how the war is raging and how fierce or ferocious it is, the Iranians are going to go out in their thousands and in their millions to show solidarity with their government and their martyrs. We know that the late supreme leader of the Iranian revolution hasn't yet been buried, and that's very significant because I mean it's something that the Iranians here are talking about, and the meaning of that is that they want to do that in more favorable circumstances, because he deserves, like a much bigger gathering of people, and security of those people has to be guaranteed. But today we have seen people going out in huge numbers, careless about their security, because their priority number one is to show that they are ready to sacrifice even their lives to show solidarity to their leaders and to show that Iran is still a united country and a defiant country.
And Dmitry, in Doha, there were, by my count, at least 3 missile attacks, or at least interceptions over Doha throughout the day. What's been happening today across the Gulf?
Well, let's start with Oman, actually, because this development seems to be the most significant one in the past 24 hours, where Iranian drones struck oil storage facilities in the port of Salalah. Some damage was reported. We've seen plumes of smoke and a fire coming from these facilities, although the Omani state news agency, quoting energy ministry officials, said that basically no damage has been done to fuel product flow in the country, and there is no impact on continuity of oil supplies or petroleum derivatives. After this incident, there was a phone call between Iran's president, Masoud Pezeshkian, and the Sultan of Oman, Haitham bin Tarik Al Sayed. Now, the Sultan expressed condemnation and disappointment in the attack, while the Iranian president said that Iran only targets countries who are hosting locations and bases from where attacks are launched on Iran, and any other incidents will be thoroughly investigated. Elsewhere, yes, we had 3 times that our phones were blasting here in Doha, starting from the morning, 2 in the afternoon. But it appears that damage has been somewhat limited and contained. We didn't see any reports of any damage or any casualties coming up from these interceptions. The Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdurrahman Al Thani had a cabinet meeting today. It's a regular cabinet meeting for a Wednesday, where he said that Qatar is enjoying safety. It is a blessing, and at the same time condemned these attacks, saying that they're contrary to good neighborly relations in the region, and go contrary to all understanding of regional peace, is damaging regional peace and the global economy. Elsewhere, what we've seen, Saudi Arabia shot down several drones, 11 drones that were headed to the east of the country, to an oil field there. And in the UAE, 2 drones hit Dubai's airport, injuring 4 people. We understand that most of them are staff employees. And there was also a fire at Abu Dhabi's old airport, but the fire was contained rather quickly, Adrian.
Dmitry Medvedenko in Doha and Mohammad Vall in Tehran, many thanks to you both.